Welcome back to Depths of Despair. I'm your host Abyss. Joining me today is Big Red. How you going, Big Red?
I'm very well, how are you?
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Now today I was told you want to talk about Area 51.
I do. I thought we may as well, considering we're doing horror stuff and conspiracies and how they all tie in together, I figured Area 51 is a pretty good place to start, really. I figured I'd ask you some questions. I've got some facts here that may be of interest to people. They may not be, may just be of interest to me. But I thought,
Well, throw them
if
out
I
there.
ask you some questions first, and then we go from there if you want, yeah?
Cool, no problem. Yeah. What's the first one?
Right, should I start?
Go ahead.
Right, so one of the questions is, there's rumoured to be aliens in Area 51, right?
Yeah.
But if there's not aliens, what do you think Area 51 is used for?
I think it's for like some sort of biological radiation testing, because that way they don't want people around there. You never know what could come out of it. I think they allow the open secret of aliens to be there because it kind of lets people. It generates money for the area and maybe lets people have a guess of what could be there, even though it's actually much worse. I don't think it's a zombie virus or anything like that, but I think they do house biological viruses there, and maybe they do have some unknown technology from past years. I don't think it's anything from outer space, but I think there is something definitely there.
I don't really know, because I'm so into the whole alien thing that I just can't think of anything else that would be there.
Yeah.
There's probably logical explanations, but sometimes I can't wrap my head around how everybody knows Area 51 exists, right?
Yeah.
But why does the government keep it a secret?
Well, yeah, I think it's because there's actually like biological, as I said, viruses and stuff that could kill hundreds of thousands of people, and they rather people believe there's some sort of aliens there rather than stuff that could wipe out a whole population. I think that's why they allow that kind of rumor to, or maybe not rumor, maybe there's some facts to it. Maybe they got some virus from outer space and they put it there, so it's an alien virus. But I think there's actually much worse actually hidden there, and they use the alien facade to kind of allow themselves to continue what they're doing. Because if I told you like right now there's a virus there that could wipe out like half the world, you would be protesting why aren't they destroying it, why are they keeping it. So I think they'd rather you believe there's aliens than anything else.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I just don't know. It's an interesting one, because a lot of people think Area 51, there's aliens there, but there's a lot of people who don't.
Well, there's a lot of people who have come out and said that aliens actually work there as well, not just there's not just UFO evidence there, the aliens actually work side by side of people. Have you heard that stuff?
But the what? Sorry, you're breaking up.
Have you heard the rumors that not only do it's not that they keep aliens there, but aliens actually work there side by side of people?
Yes, I have heard that rumor before. Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's one I like to believe, because it's just so out there. Like, the aliens are working beside humans. It's one of those unbelievable things that you just you want to believe that it's true.
Yeah, I reckon that.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I would rather that be true
yeah.
than us holding stuff there as captured, because if they're working side by side of us, there's cooperation between our side and theirs. But yeah, if we're kind of investigating dead versions of them, keeping them hostage and stuff, when the people come back, they're not going to be exactly happy with us. So I prefer, if there is aliens, that they work side by side of people.
What if it's for something bad, though? Like, what if it's like a mass destruction kind of thing? I know that sounds silly to say.
No, it's
but
not.
You can never really be too sure what people are doing in this world sometimes.
Well, that's like the whole. I'm going to link it to American gun law, but that one was made so the government could never have full control of the American people. And people do laugh at that, and I think it needs to be regulated over there. But there's a lot of countries in the world where the government has overtaken the country, the people are suffering. So if you did tell me that a government may be acting not in the best interest of their people, I would fully believe that, and I would not be surprised if they're making weapons that America can use that can destroy other countries. I would not put that out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, that's true. I have questions here, guys. So whoever's listening, bear with me because there's a fair few notes in.
Yeah, and feel free to comment down below, guys, if you want to answer a question.
We'll get to the main one right away, I guess. Do you think aliens exist? What is your take on the whole alien thing? Not just Area 51, like the whole alien.
Yeah.
But do aliens exist?
I think they definitely exist. I don't think they're how we comprehend them. I don't think they're little Martian men. I'd be more inclined to think they're some sort of like bacteria, protozoa, some sort of multicellular organism. Maybe they're singular cellular and they've evolved that's become their primarily life source from that. I also wouldn't be surprised if they resemble something compared to creatures on our planet that have survived a long time. To me, they would more likely look like a squid or octopus, something very adaptable or jellyfish, something like that, like more than a person. People have only been around a few thousand years, well, 40,000 years I think it is, in comparison to jellyfish, octopuses and squids that have the cephalopod family. They've existed for millions of years. So if there's aliens existing, I would automatically presume that they'd be something that resembles one of our planet's life forms that have existed over a long time. And yeah, I think the universe as it is, it's too big for something else not to exist. It's almost arrogant to think something else doesn't exist.
Yeah, I would agree with you with the arrogance of people who probably don't think aliens are real, because it's weird. Like, I've always thought aliens were real, but I can't. This is going to sound a bit silly, actually, now that I'm going to say it out loud, but when someone says aliens aren't real, I don't really understand their thinking on that. Like, fair enough, it's their opinion, and in a way you can't have a wrong opinion, that's what you believe. It just absolutely baffles me when people say aliens aren't real. Just like, we can't be the only people in the universe. We just can't. There's got to be some extraterrestrial life somewhere doing something. You know what I mean?
I think it's also very scary to think that there's other things like us, because the way we treat each other is really disgusting, let alone how something else we may treat them. Like, even animals, I know this is a bit of a stretch for people, but have a look how we treat other species. For the main food sources in the Western world, it's not done really sustainably or ethically. We are destroying the planet. We're using non-renewable resources in many countries, such as America and Australia. And the way we're actually treating animals, we're packing them in like a chicken, multiple chickens in a cage size of an A4 paper. It's really fucked up, and we're killing animals in really brutal ways for food. So I would hazard to guess what another species may view. If they actually saw us, I don't think they work together. We would only fear something that are stronger than us, even if they're more peaceful than us. I just don't see us cooperating. I wouldn't even be surprised if Russia... We don't even have cooperation between China, Russia, North Korea, America. Every country is in it for their own. The world right now is not ready for an alien invasion, and to be honest, I think it would really be divided, and one country like North Korea would just throw a nuke up at them and most likely kill most of the people around the area, let alone even harm the aliens.
How do you think aliens... sorry, that's not the question I was going to ask, apologies. What do you think aliens are like? Like, do you think they're there, for example, just say that an alien came down to Earth, how do you think they would react? Do you think they're violent, or do you think they're very cautious to what is going on.
Well,
Let's just say they're real.
it's a very interesting question because of that, you've kind of got to look at how the intelligence the alien can be. If the intelligence is anything resembling ours, which I'm going to presume it is, they would only be here for a few reasons. Whether it would be to see other life forms, investigate it, curiosity, that would be one, and I think that would be peaceful intention. If they came to our universe or our planet because out of resources, I would say that's a very threatening proposal because we don't even like sharing resources amongst ourselves. So I can't see us doing it for them. We may be food for them, depending on what kind of alien or extraterrestrial comes to this planet. So that may be another dangerous proposal. It really depends why. They may be so intelligent they have a reason beyond our comprehension, and they may come. It's more how we perceive it, because I honestly think a lot of the world, especially the big power countries like Russia, America, China, are very religious, and I think where I'm from, Australia, people aren't as religious, so they're not as offended when you throw up an idea that is against that religion. But when you have aliens come to Earth, that will scare the shit out of people because it's saying something that there's no real answer being provided before, and it is really threatening religion, which is about life and death, and you're really saying people are second in the food chain. And I don't think people understand that if you're in the wild with an animal like a tiger or a lion, you are actually second without a gun. And having an alien or something like that come to Earth would be incredibly intimidating and very humbling at the same time. How about your thoughts?
Yeah, if their intelligence is as big as people think it is, then yeah, I agree with you for sure. I don't think aliens would be. We would look at aliens as enemies, I guess, because that's usually what happens. Like, we probably wouldn't know how to react, and they probably would. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think aliens would be very, very cautious to us, I guess. Maybe.
Well, presuming if they came
It's a bit of a hard one to really put in a sentence because I'm not so sure.
What about the light incidents all around New Mexico? What do you reckon that is?
Around in Mexico?
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously aliens, isn't it? It's obviously spacecraft. It's like the Phoenix Lights. You know the Phoenix Lights?
No, I don't know Phoenix Lights.
Well, the Phoenix Lights is one of the most famous. It always has been.
Folks, I'm looking at him looking at a book right now. He's got some good facts for us. You've done your research, you got a book, you got facts on it?
Yeah, I do, yeah. So, for those who don't know, Phoenix Lights, some guy, his name's Scott Fair, he's the man who took the famous Phoenix Lights photos, and he was doing a job for his friend. Now, whoever's listening to this, correct me if I'm wrong, because I rushed this because I was actually doing something else at the time.
Dedication to the podcast.
That's it. Yeah, it was for homework for college. So sorry. So he was taking a photo for his friend with some photography thing, I think, and he took a picture of these 5 lights, and they were some of the most famous lights that there are. So yeah, I think it's spacecraft. It's got to be.
Do you think it could be just military operations to find out new communication signals with each other?
That's also possible. I wouldn't go beyond that realm of possibility at all. It's fun to believe that they're alien spacecraft, though. But there may be another more realistic thing to it, which it probably is anyway.
What do you think of that autopsy video?
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I haven't seen it yet. No, that's bad. I know. I know we talked about it in our notes, and I just no sorry.
To me, I'm pretty sure some of you folks will know what I'm talking about. But the autopsy video, I think what it is it could be. It's not for a movie, but I think it's a very elaborate hoax. I think if that was, I don't think that if that was released, I think the government would have swiftly dealt with those consequences, and that was back when the media wasn't as huge as it is now, so I feel like that would not have gotten out. These days, I think if a video got released, I'd be more inclined to believe it, because it's so much easier for anyone to slip in a phone. Like, animal activists, my cousin's a huge animal activist, he can fit a camera the size of like a little pin on his jacket when he goes to factory farms to investigate it. So I can fully believe that in this day and age, something like that could be released.
Yeah, it's possible. It's very, very possible. I find it hard to believe that that would happen, though, to be honest with you, as well. Because, like, if they're filming the autopsy, how does that get out and get to the world? Do you know what I mean? Like, as you say, the government are very quick to eliminate that straight away.
Yeah. So, I think these days I'm more inclined to believe it than past cases, simply because of how prevalent technology is. Yeah, what other questions do you have?
I have... Well, that's pretty much it. It was what do you think they're hiding? And you said it may be something to do with radiation or something, yeah?
Yeah, I thought they'd be making some sort of biological weapon to wipe out other countries. Yeah, America's very war hungry, so I thought that might be a reason.
That's also possible. There's some interesting facts here too from, you mentioned Boyd Bushman during the week.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting, but I've obviously heard of him. I don't know who he was.
I'll let you elaborate to the fans of our podcast.
He's a scientist. He was a scientist anyway. And he also worked for Area 51. And when he left, he still had ties to Area 51, and they would give him the information. Now, I've only seen a couple of videos, so I've never heard his first-hand accounts. I've just heard what people have told him. So, one of the most interesting things was that he said they're able to use your own voice by telepathy to talk to you. I thought that was very interesting.
That's very creepy.
So they will get, say you're interrogating an alien, they will use your voice to talk to you. And I thought that was very interesting, because I thought that, obviously, we'll go back to the intelligence thing, that just makes a lot of sense. If what we've heard about aliens and how intelligent they are, that would make absolutely 100% sense, you know?
Yeah, I would, as I said, I really hope we're not actually keeping any hostage or anything like that over there, only because I would hate to see the retribution done from a more intelligent species. They may have weapons and stuff we can't comprehend.
Wouldn't you think they would be more powerful though? Like, how do I say it?
If they could come here to Earth, yeah.
Keeping aliens hostages, wouldn't you think aliens would be more intelligent and more powerful to get out of that situation?
Well, I feel like it could also be the fact that if they may not be able to get back home, so there's no point for them to even escape.
Maybe, yeah.
See if their ship's broken apart. Let's say let's just hypothetically say their ship is like Star Wars, the one Han Solo goes on. It can go speed force, they can end up back at home in 2 seconds. Say it breaks down, smashes into Earth when they're doing a scouting mission. There is no other thing they can take back home. At least they're being fed and kept to a certain level with the humans. If they were to escape, they will pretty much die before getting back home, either by being shot at the facility or outside of it, or just on that rocket going back home. Because they may have something that can actually go from one universe to another. They may come from like a different planet that's maybe Pluto's got full of life and we're just not told about it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like maybe it's already knowing it's going to die here on Earth, so it's just not going to bother. Maybe it's very placid with it. Maybe it's refugee status, where there's been a few aliens that have escaped their world that's on fire or something, being destroyed, and they've managed to get themselves to Earth, and yeah, they're at least happy just to be alive.
Do you believe the accounts where people have said that aliens have come into their room and took them away and probed them, pretty much? Like, they've said they performed the experiments on them. First of all, have you ever watched any of those videos of people who have said they've been abducted?
Yeah.
And do you believe anything of that nature?
Nah, I view it like it's a... It depends if you believe... Like, a lot of the aliens they describe are very person-like. And as I said before, you're very humanoid. I don't view aliens as being very humanoid at all. I can't buy into that. We're very new species on the planet, so I doubt it's going to be something like that. I would be more inclined if they said it was something undescribable or shadow or something. But yeah, I think it's linked back to that childbirth trauma. We don't really know how much kids can actually remember from childbirth. It is a very traumatic experience, and I think it's always describing a bright light, a humanoid figure, and stuff like that's very linked back to that childbirth experience. So that's my view on it. I think it's really just trauma coming back to a person.
That's possible. That's very possible.
And the brains are...
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Like, the brains are...
Yeah, you sort of laugh at it, in a way, because it's kind of funny, but, like... Yeah, it's just weird how people have these accounts, but you think, well, you do laugh at it, because you go, well, that doesn't make much sense.
I believe they believe it, I just think they're wrong.
Yeah, well...
They like to have their own belief systems, and yeah, I just can't buy into it. I'm sorry. Like, I think what it is trauma from childbirth. I think the brain is a wonderfully complicated organism. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of things that we don't know about ourselves yet. Like, where our thoughts are kind of neurons, but there's meant to be a soul and everything like that. And I think trauma does come out in different ways. And I think those people will truly believe it. I think with that kind of cult thing going on about aliens, you link with what you're experiencing to aliens. Like, shadow people to me seem more of a realistic threat because that's sleep paralysis. Maybe that could be aliens.
Possible. What do you think aliens look like?
Yeah, as I said, they wouldn't resemble any humanoid. They would resemble something that's already either we can't comprehend or something that's existed on Earth for a very long time. Because for them to have technology to travel to our planet, they would have to be something that's well more advanced. So maybe they're multicellular, maybe they're something even more than multicellular. I would say it's more likely to be something like a cephalopod with squids, octopuses, or maybe even a jellyfish sort of existence. I don't think they would resemble any humanoid figure. How about yourself?
No, I think they don't resemble any humanoid figure either. I think that they're exactly what you see on TV shows and comics and movies, stuff like that. That's pretty much what I think anyway.
See, to me that's almost like a humanoid figure. That's why I was going around the other route.
Oh, would you describe that as a humanoid figure?
Yeah, it resembles very much a person.
Right, fair enough. So we're complete opposites then on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they'd be well too advanced to look like us. Or maybe they're us from the future.
Ah. Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah, because that could be possible. Like, maybe we evolved, the Earth, maybe we lost so much resources and global warming happened, the Earth got so fucked up, the air levels changed and everything, we had to evolve, because we're only a few, like 400,000 years old, not even 400, we're a very new species to Earth. maybe we had to evolve, so we've become shorter people somehow. Radiation affected us. The surviving aliens come back out of time to tell people to stop contributing to climate change. Boom! Climate change theory.
Wow.
I'm gonna release this to the government. This is good shit.
It really is, yeah.
I thought that on the spot, folks, so feel free to praise my intelligence.
I mean, I do every day, you know that. Have you seen the Boyd Bushman videos? Have you seen any videos of Boyd Bushman?
A few. I've only seen interviews with him, and as again, I think there is. It's really hard to say, because when someone says they work there and there's been proof they work there and they for aliens being there, you don't want to think they're lying. You want to think they're being genuine. There are projects like Star Wars project where nearly everybody involved with it is dead by suicide or missing, so whether that's accidental on purpose, I don't know if Boyd Bushman has gone through some really hard trauma and that's what he kind of relates to make it better for himself, but I want to be more inclined to say I believe him, but it's really hard for me to buy into his theory because I don't believe a lot of his stuff.
Well, I watched a video where he showed a photo of an alien that one of his friends took and sent to him. And it looks so fake that it's hard for me to believe that that picture's real.
See,
it looks exactly what an alien looks like. You know, you see aliens and it's what they are. It's got a big thing going across its head. Like a line going through its head, sort of. It looks weird, and it looks like it's in like an abandoned warehouse type thing. And it looks really weird. Now, I don't know, because Boyd Bushman was obviously, I mean, he's passed away, but I can't see how a man would hoax it if he was hoaxing it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I do work there, and I do believe he's seen some stuff. But if he did work there and seen some stuff, when he left, he must have been sworn to secrecy. He's not allowed to tell. Because you know what the American, but you know what the government's like on that type of stuff.
Well, it may have been just because he's one person being irrational over the internet. They may not even be bothered. I think when there's more of a pattern, like a lot more people come out, that's when the government will start assassinating people. I think there's only one odd person here and there. They just let it go. Like, it's just really another conspiracy theorist guy. As I said, it may be there's no aliens, the truth is much scarier, and they rather you believe the lie, and he's helping continue that lie of aliens. He may actually be in on the government conspiracies.
It may be like that Scientology thing, where one person leaves, and then someone else leaves, and then someone else leaves, and they both go and they start saying stuff about it. Then that creates a problem. But if it's just one person...
Well, Scientology is a very interesting religion. It's actually a very aggressive religion. If you criticize it, it will come for you. It like really aggressively. If you're a journalist, something like that, you criticize it, they really try to silence you, and they try to bully you back. It's very, very interesting because most religions just shut up. Scientology is very aggressive.
Leah Remini, who was an actress on King of Queens for a long time, she left about 4 years ago and started making a show. And she says they're still giving her letters, telling her to stop saying stuff. And they've Scientology have gone to the media and said what she says is a lie and she's a terrible person and all that type of stuff. And I watched, I can't remember it's called Going Clear. Have you seen the documentary Going Clear?
No.
I know it's supposed to be talking about Area 51, but like, you should watch Going Clear and then we can discuss it maybe on a future podcast.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap this one up, and we'll join you folks later on for another podcast. Yeah, comment down below, let us know what you think about Area 51, share and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, cut that one, Jack.